Hang on, Rurou!
Take care of her!
Of who?
Make sure you take care of Lucy!
Rurou, no!
眩しい光が誘う世界へ挑み続けよう君の空感じながら押し込めてた部屋の片隅に上手くなった嘘と強がりで悪魔たちがほら手招きで笑ってるけどこんなんじゃもうつまらない一度しかない命に火をつけてドキドキする力で明日さえ変えるよ心が叫ぶ想い傷つきながら走るよ未来が遠くたって涙は夢のハイライト全て抱きしめ生きてゆくよそうでに眩しい光が誘う世界へ挑み続けよう君の空感じながら
What? He went over the waterfall. I lost track of him for a moment and he got swept away.
Unbelievable. Rurou has a fair bit of composure, but if he had as much as me, then maybe he wouldn't have fallen into the river.
Well, I think if he were as fit as me, he could have fought through the current to get himself out of the river.
I'd say composure is still more important, though.
When you're fit, you don't need composure.
Could the two of you stop ripping on our missing teammate for a second and take things seriously?
This coming from the person who thought it was a good idea to go out on a search and rescue mission dressed as a cheerleader in order to boost team morale.
Well, I didn't want you guys to get caught up in the doom and gloom, so I brought some cheer!
I think you might actually be making things worse, so I would stop if I were you.
You think so?
I do. Beitor, the last thing Rurou told me before he went over the waterfall was to take care of someone named Lucy.
Rurou's database doesn't make any reference to a woman named Lucy. We would have to ask Rurou himself, but he's dead now.
We don't know that for sure yet!
Rest in peace.
Stop it! He's fine! Can you stop mourning?
Yeah, this isn't the time for any silly antics.
It's hard to take you seriously when you're still dressed like that.
We're a team, aren't we? And as long as I'm leader, we're going to stick together as a team. No man gets left behind.
After the falls, the river splits into 3 parts.
All right, guys, let's split up and get to searching. I'll pair up with Yama
Hey,
and...
Renkin, you're with me.
Huh?
Let's investigate the path in the middle.
In that case, it looks like I'm with Kakka. Come on.
We'll search the path on the left. Just don't get too excited and run ahead of me.
Looks like you could use some cheer.
You're finally up. Thank goodness.
And you are?
My name is Rose. I found you passed out near the river, so I brought you back home with the help of Trash, of course.
It's broken. So much for contacting the others.
Is something the matter?
How long have I been sleeping? And where is this place?
Today's the 3rd day, and this is Flora of the Blossom territory.
Blossom, huh? Never heard of that region before. I must have been swept to the countryside. I have to go, but I appreciate your help.
Won't you stay for a meal first? We may be out in the country, but it's said the Lady of the Land makes the most magnificent pies you'll ever taste in your life.
Does she?
Indeed I do. I'm Rose Blossom, the lady of these lands. Like it?
You know, you seem kind of young for a lady. Do you live here all by yourself?
Since my parents passed away last year, yes. They were taking a ride in their wagon when a wheel came loose and they fell off a cliff. After that, all of the servants were dismissed. I didn't want anyone to see my despair, so I closed off my heart and I've been alone ever since.
That sounds rough.
It's fine. There's still something that brings joy to my heart. My father left behind a wonderful present for me before he passed. Right here.
These are rosebuds.
This area's soil is of poor quality, and while other flowers won't grow in it, these roses bloom beautifully. You mustn't wither before you can blossom, bloom, and share beauty with the outside world. When I saw these roses, I could practically hear my father saying that to me. Now, shall we continue?
Continue.
To the outside world!
Lady Rose!
There she is.
Welcome back!
Hello! I come bearing new roses for everyone!
Those are roses of joy. Our Lady shares her roses with all the citizens in these withered lands. Those flowers are so full of life that they heal our hearts enough to continue living here.
They're roses of joy, huh?
It looks like you found one as well. Your own personal rose of joy.
Hey, let's not jump to any conclusions.
My dearest Rose, my own personal flower of joy has returned. My precious bluebird has flown out of her cage.
Lord Dokudami,
You wound me. There's no need to address me so formally. You may simply refer to me as Dokumita Dokudami.
I don't care about what your name is, nor do I care for your presence here. You're no lord in the Blossom territory, so you...
Know your place.
Ha! Is that?
that's enough!
You're even more beautiful when you're angry. Why don't you just accept my marriage proposal already so we can live happily ever after before all that beauty goes to waste?
I would never marry a devious snake like you. I know that you're after my family's wealth. My parents already rejected your proposal.
It'd be a shame to have your parents' mistakes haunt you beyond the grave. Why don't we honor their memories by continuing the Blossom family line together?
You have some nerve. We all know their death was your fault.
Excuse me?
Just admit it already. You tampered with their wagon using that weird sword, didn't you?
They both rejected your proposal, so you wanted them gone!
You ignorant fools! You shouldn't believe everything you hear!
The readings on the Panagia counter are spiking, as expected. That's an Excalibur.
I don't intend to marry you, so you have no need to worry about the Blossom family line. It will carry on without you.
It seems my naive little bluebird has forgotten life's fundamentals while in her cage. Need I remind you that it requires both stamen and pistil for flowers to flourish?
I haven't forgotten. I've just given my heart to someone else.
You did what?
This man.
You mean me? Huh?
Please, play along. I may have been an injured bird, but I'm not anymore. I'm spreading my wings to find happiness.
I don't care who the hell this man is or where he came from. I cannot allow him to steal my future wife. Do you hear me, girl?
Stand back. I have to thank you. My job is a lot easier when a rebel Arthur shows up of their own accord.
I'm going to make you pay! Actually, I have some business to attend to, but that doesn't mean this is over. You better scram before I come back, or you'll be sorry. You'll see!
Seems I was right on the money, huh?
Hold on.
Young love.
So Lady Rose came here today to show her new husband to us.
Lovely. What a handsome young couple.
I could tell he was a catch the moment I saw him.
No, it's just that...
That's weird. The forest is so dead here.
I'm about to be dead too. It's been 3 whole days and we've got nothing. I'm starting to think that Rurou might be...
Ah! Are you okay to keep going after that fall, or should we take a break?
No, I'm fine. We just have to keep on believing that he's alive out there somewhere.
Look! The 3 separate paths merge back into one big river again.
Yeah?
Renkin reporting. Come in, Danchou. Yesterday we made it past the point where the river merges and haven't discovered any traces of Rurou's whereabouts so far. But we're still hopeful and we'll be continuing the search.
Kakka reporting in. We passed that same spot the day before yesterday, and we're continuing downstream.
Does that mean everybody's ahead of me?
It's not like this is a race.
Being a leader means that you have to be on the front lines at all times to lead the pack!
I guess I have no choice.
All right, we're cruising now! I knew I had the best ferry!
We'll catch up to the others in no time.
And then we'll all rescue Rurou together! Don't you worry! I'll save him!
Thanks. That was brave of you. Lord Dokudami harasses the villagers on occasion. I appreciate all of your help.
Speaking of, is what the villagers said about him true? I mean, was he actually behind your parents' death?
Not sure. The past can't be undone, and nothing can change the fact that they won't be coming back home. They're gone. And I don't want to feel lost like that again.
I'm sorry. Those must be some painful memories. I apologize for bringing it up.
So, what's an Arthur? Earlier today, you mentioned something about your job involving an Arthur.
I have to thank you. My job is a lot easier when an Arthur shows up of their own accord.
And while you were asleep for those 3 days, you mentioned all sorts of bizarre things, like space-time distortions. Please tell me, who exactly are you, Rurou?
Why does that matter? Who I am has nothing to do with you.
I'm sorry. Forgive me. I wanted to learn more about you, that's all.
The past can't be undone, huh? If she only knew.
Well, if it isn't the future Lord!
I hope the wedding plans are going smoothly.
I don't want to feel lost like that again.
If we had traveled slightly further into the past, maybe I could have saved her parents.
Rurou! Over here! Hi there!
About time!
Thank goodness, we thought you were dead! How come you didn't try to contact the rest of your teammates?
We can be a handful sometimes, but you should have called.
I tried to, but my device kind of broke.
It's okay, because I knew you, of all people, would be fine on your own. Vitor wasn't so sure.
You thought I would die out here?
That is correct. But look at the village you ended up in! It's so peaceful here!
That village is Flora of the Blossom territory.
Wait, did you say Flora?
Yeah, what about it?
I'm pretty sure that's where it's happening.
Hey, Renkin, the Panagea counter is reporting a space-time distortion in this area.
There was an Arthur here before, but I already took care of their Excalibur. The distortion should correct itself as
Listen! When we were on our way here, the forest was withered like it had the life drained from it. And the Panagea counter's readings were skyrocketing. It's not over yet. According to the proper history, this village can't continue to exist anymore.
What happens to it?
The village of Flora was originally very prosperous when it was under Lord Blossom's rule. But after he died in that unfortunate accident, Rose, the daughter he left behind, was broken emotionally and mentally and never recovered.
No way.
The poor quality of the soil made it difficult to grow crops here. So the villagers gradually started leaving one by one until the place was completely abandoned.
But the village is still here, and that's the problem.
Maybe the Excalibur you destroyed wasn't the right one, or maybe it wasn't even real. I'll assume your silence means you know what's wrong here.
There was a distortion back then. I saw the Panagea counter reacting.
Those there are roses of joy.
For everyone!
These are rosebuds. Rose is kind, and she saved my life, even after all she's been through.
This area's soil is of poor quality, and while other flowers won't grow in it, these roses bloom beautifully.
Rurou?
Please help us! Lord Dokudami is back with a vengeance!
If I can't marry that stubborn Blossom girl, then I suppose I'll have to take her land and fortune by force!
He's here.
You fought this guy? What should we do? Wait, go?
He ran off somewhere on his own again, probably to be with that Rose woman.
Then I guess that means we have to deal with this French weirdo while he's gone.
Count me in!
You're here?
I'm not thrilled about fighting someone who isn't an Arthur, but oh well.
Kakka's here too, but I'm not sure how much we can do unless we get the go-ahead from our leader.
Go ahead!
Huh?
It's Danchou!
We can't turn a blind eye to the suffering of innocent citizens. We don't want to be those kinds of Arthurs, right?
No, I think it's time for Flora to face its long overdue reckoning.
You're back.
I'm here to find out if you're hiding something from me. 1 year ago, after your parents died, something happened.
I'm not the only one here with secrets. The Arthurs, correcting history, and the Excaliburs.
You know about them.
That's right. I know. Back then, in my despair, I fled the city. That's when I found it. Ever since then, I was able to find my own happiness. The buds I cut with these shears bloom into lovely flowers before my eyes, brimming with life.
But that life has to be taken from somewhere else. It's being stolen from other areas.
Yes, because that's the power of this Excalibur, which makes me its holder and Arthur. I thought these roses flourished because they were a gift from my father, but now I see their beauty is fake, created by this blade.
I'm sorry. It seems I keep reminding you of things you'd rather forget.
I know your mission. It's to destroy Excaliburs, right? Thanks to these shears, the villagers are all happy. And they managed to bring me happiness as well, because I was able to meet you. But that's not how it's supposed to be. It's all right. Take them.
Man, that was a workout.
I suppose they've learned their lesson.
Rurou's still not back from seeing that girl?
Hope he's okay.
It seems not everyone who wields an Excalibur is a bad person. But none of that matters in the end, and we have to destroy their Excaliburs either way, because that's our mission, get it?
This job can be rough.
I don't know how I can help cheer him up.
Just be considerate of someone's feelings for once.
By the way, Rurou, who did you mean by Lucy before? You said to take care of someone named Lucy when you were being swept away.
Right, guess I did.
I couldn't find any references in the database.
Got a secret girlfriend?
You should try to be a little more careful there. I'm not really sure why, but you look like a Lucy to me.
Hang on, Rurou!
Take care of her!
Of who?
Make sure you take care of Lucy!
Rurou, no!
She may have been an injured bird before, but she'll grow up strong. She'll spread her wings and find happiness.
So Lucy was just a random baby bird?
And here I was searching the database for people.
How the heck was I supposed to know she was a bird just by a name? You couldn't give me any more details!
I find it rather commendable that he had enough composure to make it through this predicament all by his lonesome. He's almost as composed as I am.
I'm surprised he was fit enough to survive that fall. Would have been no problem for me, though.
What kind of name is Lucy for a bird anyway? I'm never worrying about you ever again!
I wasn't even slightly worried about you to begin with.
All right, sorry for the trouble. Thank you.